Welcome back to Golden Wellness Daily. You go to bed feeling fine. No pain, no warning signs, just another quiet night. But then, you wake up and something is wrong. Your arm won't move. Your speech is garbled. You try to stand, but your balance is gone. As a brain doctor, I've seen this moment too many times. It happens while you're sleeping, and often to people who think they're doing everything right. They eat well, they walk every day, they take their vitamins. Yes, vitamins. What if I told you that one small daily habit, like swallowing a harmless supplement, could silently raise your risk of stroke overnight? No one talks about this, but I will, because it's not about fear, it's about facts. You deserve to know the truth about what goes into your body, especially if you're over 60. And today, I'm going to walk you through the hidden risks behind 5 common vitamins that could quietly put your brain in danger. Let's start with a story I'll never forget. I've spent over 20 years looking at brains, scans, surgeries, symptoms, and the truth? Most strokes I've seen in older adults didn't come from junk food or a lifetime of smoking. They came from well-meaning choices, from people like you, who genuinely care about their health, who believe that a vitamin taken every morning is a smart habit. And it is, sometimes. But here's what breaks my heart. Some of the same vitamins meant to help your memory, your heart, or your nerves can quietly do the opposite when taken the wrong way, in the wrong dose, or at the wrong time. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you clarity. Because knowing the difference between what helps and what harms could save you or someone you love. Would you rather trust a label or understand what that label really means? That's the power of awareness. And that's what we're doing today. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at your supplement bottle and wondered, is this really helping me? Or could it be hurting me? If that thought has ever crossed your mind, you're not alone. Every week, I speak with older patients who feel confused by the shelves filled with pills. They want answers, not fear, not fads, just the truth. So, if you or someone you love is taking vitamins daily, especially for brain, bone, or heart health, type DANGER in the comments below. Why? Because starting a real conversation about what we put into our bodies is the first step to protecting our health. And if this video opens your eyes or gives you clarity, hit the like button. That small click helps others find this message too. Now, let's talk about the first vitamin on the list. One that's praised for strong bones, but might be quietly working against your brain. Let's begin with the one that surprises almost everyone, vitamin D. You've heard it's good for your bones, your immune system, even your mood. And that's true. When taken the right way, in the right amount. But what if I told you that taking too much vitamin D, especially before bed, could quietly raise your risk of a stroke? Sound extreme? Let me tell you about Walter. He was 74, a retired Navy vet, sharp, disciplined, and devoted to his routine. Every morning, he took his supplements, one of which was a 10,000 IU vitamin D capsule. He bought it over the counter, believing it would keep his bones strong. But one morning, Walter's wife found him slurring his speech. His right arm hung limp. A stroke. Overnight. His blood work revealed dangerously high calcium levels. His arteries were stiff. His blood pressure was unstable. The culprit? Vitamin D toxicity. You see, when you take high doses of vitamin D, especially without knowing your actual blood levels, it can cause excess calcium to flood your system. And unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out, this calcium builds up. It settles into your blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. That creates the perfect path for a clot to travel, straight to your brain. Here's the thing. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements contain far more than you likely need. 5,000 IU, 10,000 IU. People take them daily, thinking, more is better. But science says otherwise. One major analysis found that even 2,000 IU per day may be unnecessary and potentially risky if you're not truly deficient. So instead of guessing, ask your doctor for a simple blood test, the 25-hydroxyvitamin D test. That one result can tell you whether you actually need a supplement and how much. Also, timing matters. Taking vitamin D in the morning helps your body use it properly throughout the day. Taking it before bed? That can disrupt calcium regulation and blood pressure when your brain is most vulnerable. Think of it this way. Instead of a daily dose that stiffens your arteries in the name of bone health, wouldn't you rather protect both your bones and your brain by knowing exactly what your body needs? Walter didn't know. But now you do. Now, if that surprised you, wait until you hear about the next one, vitamin E. It's often called the heart helper. For decades, people have believed that vitamin E supports circulation, memory, and even skin health. And for many, that belief started with good intentions. Take Evelyn Brooks. She was 81, a retired librarian from Ohio, sharp as ever. Loved books, loved people. She had a heart valve issue and was on warfarin, a common blood thinner. Everything seemed under control. Her blood work looked good. Her pressure was stable. But one day, she added a supplement she saw in a magazine. Natural vitamin E, 800 IU per capsule. Just 3 weeks later, Evelyn was rushed to the ER with a splitting headache, confusion, and nausea. A brain scan showed a hemorrhagic stroke, bleeding inside her brain. Not from high blood pressure, not from a fall, but from blood that had become too thin to clot. You see, high doses of vitamin E act like a natural anticoagulant. That means it slows down your body's ability to form clots. If you're already on a medication like warfarin, aspirin, or Plavix, and then you add high-dose vitamin E, you're stacking one blood thinner on top of another. And your brain? It only takes one tiny bleed to change everything. Now here's what most people don't realize. The recommended daily intake of vitamin E for older adults is just 15 milligrams, about 22 IU. Yet most supplements on the shelf contain 200, 400, even 1,000 IU per capsule. That's 10 to 40 times what your body actually needs. And no one's telling you this at the pharmacy counter. Instead of protecting your heart, you might be putting your brain in harm's way. Evelyn survived, but her short-term memory was never quite the same. She now walks with a cane. Her life changed, not because of disease, but because of a decision she made trying to stay healthy. So ask yourself, would you rather protect your heart with a pill, or protect your whole body with clarity and balance? Talk to your doctor before adding vitamin E, especially if you're on any medication that affects blood clotting. Because the danger isn't always in what you take, it's in what you combine without knowing. Let's talk about another surprise, vitamin B6. You've probably seen it advertised as a nerve support or brain booster. Maybe you've taken it for energy, focus, or memory. It sounds harmless. After all, isn't it just a B vitamin? But here's what many seniors never hear. In high doses, vitamin B6 can quietly damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. Let me tell you about Harold Jenkins. He was 76, a retired truck driver from Kansas. Came into my office complaining of numb feet, tingling in his hands, and unsteady balance. At first, he thought it was just aging, maybe arthritis. Then he started falling. Once, twice. The third time, he hit his head on the bathroom floor. When I reviewed his supplements, I found the issue almost immediately. He'd been taking a nerve support formula for over a year. The label looked harmless, but each tablet contained 100 milligrams of vitamin B6, and he was taking 2 a day. That's 200 milligrams daily, over 10 times the safe upper limit for older adults. Here's what most people don't realize. Unlike some vitamins that flush out easily, B6 can build up in your system. And in older adults, that buildup happens faster. It begins to strip away the protective coating around your nerves, like peeling the insulation off a wire. The symptoms creep in slowly. Tingling, numbness, weakness, tremors, confusion. And by the time you notice, the damage may already be done. A recent wave of reports from Australia and Europe has linked B6 toxicity to real cases of people who could no longer walk, climb stairs, or even dress themselves after months of using harmless, over-the-counter supplements. Think about that. Instead of protecting your nerves, these pills were silently attacking them. Instead of boosting memory, they were causing confusion. Most older adults only need 1.5 to 2 milligrams of B6 per day, and they get much of that from food. So why take 50 or 100 times that amount from a bottle? Would you rather treat your brain like a circuit board, with steady, gentle current, or fry it with overload every single day? Harold didn't know, but he knows now. And now, so do you. Now let's talk about a vitamin most people associate with eyesight. Vitamin A. You've probably heard that it's good for your vision, your immune system, maybe even your skin. And in small amounts, that's true. But vitamin A is different from water-soluble vitamins like C or B. It's fat-soluble. That means your body doesn't flush out the extra. It stores it in your liver, in your tissues, even in your brain. And over time, that buildup can create pressure inside your skull, literally. Let me introduce you to Dorothy Simmons. She was 79, a retired piano teacher from Oregon. Independent. Lively. She taught students from her living room every week. But then the headaches began, followed by blurred vision, then dizziness. Then, one afternoon, her speech started to slur. Her family feared the worst, a stroke. But the scans showed something different. There was no clot, no bleeding. Instead, Dorothy had elevated intracranial pressure, too much pressure inside the brain. Her spinal fluid wasn't draining properly. Tiny veins were under strain. The cause? Vitamin A toxicity. She had been taking a high-dose anti-aging eye and skin supplement, nearly 10,000 IU of vitamin A, every day for over 5 years. No doctor had warned her. No label had shouted danger. But that dose was more than triple the safe limit for older adults. Unlike some vitamin side effects, this one mimics something far worse, a brain tumor. It's even got a name, pseudotumor cerebri. And the symptoms? Headaches, blurred vision, double vision, nausea, confusion. In some cases, even permanent vision loss. Now, you may be wondering, doesn't my multivitamin already have vitamin A? Yes, most do. And that's the problem. Many seniors unintentionally double or triple their intake by layering on extra formulas for eyes, skin, or aging. The safe upper limit for vitamin A in seniors is about 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day. And that's only if a deficiency is confirmed, under medical supervision. So ask yourself, Would you rather chase younger-looking skin with risk, or protect your brain, vision, and independence by staying informed? Dorothy is recovering, slowly, but now she needs eye exams, balance therapy, and daily help, all because of a supplement she thought was harmless. Let her story be a warning and a guide. Now, let's turn to a vitamin often praised for heart health. Niacin, also known as vitamin B3. For years, it's been marketed as a natural way to lower cholesterol. Some doctors even prescribe it. But in high doses, especially in older adults, niacin can quietly cause something far more dangerous than high cholesterol. It can trigger swings in blood pressure. It can stress your heart. And in some cases, it can lead to a stroke. Let me tell you about Frank Miller. He was 82, a retired postman from Florida, proudly active. Watched his numbers. Took a daily, heart-healthy supplement from the drugstore. The front of the bottle said, supports cholesterol and circulation. The back? It listed 1,000 elantiron of niacin per serving, and Frank was taking it twice a day, 2,000 elantiron total. That's nearly 60 times the amount most older adults actually need. He started feeling hot flashes in his face, a pounding in his chest, dizziness that came and went. At first, his wife thought it was anxiety. His son blamed the blood pressure meds. But it wasn't either of those. It was the niacin. You see, in high doses, niacin causes your blood vessels to suddenly dilate. They open wide. That's why your face might flush or feel warm after taking it. But then, your blood vessels constrict. They snap back. That yo-yo effect stresses your cardiovascular system. It confuses your blood pressure, and over time, it reduces blood flow to the brain. Frank had a mini stroke. His speech slurred for 2 minutes, then returned. He thought it was a fluke, but I had to tell him. His natural supplement, taken every day in high doses, was quietly creating chaos inside his body. And he's not alone. Many seniors take high-dose niacin without knowing the risks. Even the flush-free or extended-release versions can still impact blood pressure, heart rhythm, and blood sugar. So what's the right amount? For older adults, the recommended daily intake is about 14-18 ml. Anything above 50 milliliters per day should only be taken under medical supervision, not 500, not 1,000, certainly not 2,000. Would you rather trust the front of the bottle or understand what's really happening inside your blood vessels? Frank is recovering. He's off niacin. No permanent damage. But like many others, he thought he was doing everything right. Now he knows better. And so do you. By now, you might be wondering, if these vitamins carry risks, what should I do instead? That's a powerful question, and it shows you care. Here's the truth. Your body wasn't designed to run on bottles. It was built to thrive on food. Real food. Food your body recognizes, absorbs, and uses in perfect balance. Let me introduce you to Margaret Wilson. She's 73, a retired school principal from Arizona. When I met her, she showed me a drawer full of pills. Vitamin D for bones, vitamin E for her heart, B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, a multivitamin, and 2 more labeled brain support. She said, "I'm doing everything right, Doc, but I still feel off." So we did something radical. We cleared the drawer. One by one, we replaced pills with food. Not a fancy diet, no powders, no trendy plans, just simple, whole foods at the right times. Her breakfast? 1 boiled egg, half an avocado, a slice of whole grain toast, a handful of blueberries, a glass of room temperature water. Sometimes she added a few walnuts. That's it. No magic, just nourishment. Within a few weeks, her dizziness faded. Her blood pressure steadied. Her energy returned. And she told me, "My mind feels clearer than it has in years." Why did it work? Because your brain doesn't need megadoses. It needs balance, hydration, healthy fats, consistent fuel, micronutrients in their natural form. And you can find those in leafy greens like spinach and kale for folate and antioxidants, fatty fish like salmon for omega-3s to protect your brain cells, berries for polyphenols that reduce inflammation, nuts and seeds for vitamin E and magnesium, whole grains for stable blood sugar and steady circulation. Instead of chasing health through pills, you support your body through real meals, one bite at a time. It's not about cutting corners. It's about getting back to the source. Food is your original medicine. And for most people, it's still the best one. At this stage in life, every choice matters more. And sometimes, the quietest habits can have the loudest consequences. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're informed. And that makes you stronger than most. When you understand how your body truly works, what helps, what harms, you don't need to fear pills. You just need to respect them. Think about it. Instead of blindly following the bottle, you can ask the right questions. Instead of taking what worked for someone else, you can choose what's right for you. Instead of waking up one day with regret, you can wake up with clarity. Because the real medicine? It's not in the capsule. It's in your awareness. And now, you have it. If you're still here, it means you care. So let me ask you, what's one change you'll make today? Maybe it's checking a label. Maybe it's asking your doctor about your vitamin D level. Maybe it's switching one pill for a real breakfast. Whatever it is, write "alive" in the comments. Because when we take action, when we choose awareness over autopilot, that's how we stay alive. Not just breathing, but living. And if this video helped you, share it with someone you love. We're in this together.